warm as I am?
Yes.
In that beautiful turtleneck?
Oh my God, thank you. I'm actually freezing in our theater room right here, but I will go with it. It's
Okay,
good.
okay. It's warm in here.
Pamela, the Paul McGuire Grimes, ABC, Minneapolis, Pamela, Jamie, it is absolute honor getting to talk to you both. This movie is incredible, and you both
Thank
are so
you.
wonderful in it. So thank you for the time today. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
now Pamela, I want to start with you. You are beyond stunning in this. You give such a kind of career-defining performance, and I loved you so much in this. What did it mean for you to get this script and to know that Gia Coppola specifically wanted you for it?
I just am forever grateful because what I love about Gia is that she was able to, she saw me in the documentary that my son produced, but she saw me in the documentary and she could see through the nonsense. I mean, that's a skill. That's a really a wonderful skill to have, and to see that I was someone who was just aching to express herself artistically, past the nonsense. And so when I got the script, I started crying. I read it. I was so drawn to it. I felt this is what it is. This is what it all means. This is what I've been waiting for, but not actively waiting because I kind of had given up. I thought, I don't think I'm not going to get the roles that I really want to play, so I'm going to go into my garden and I'm going to make my life beautiful no matter what, and a lot of fun. But I kind of beat myself up thinking, I guess I will never be able to see what I'm made of. So was an exciting, I feel like it's just the beginning and I was able to scratch the surface, but it was life-changing, life-saving for me.
I mean, I love hearing that it is life-saving, but like, I'm glad that you're finding this rejuvenation for you. That's amazing. Now, Jamie, your character states, I love my job in the early kitchen scene. You love your job, and you both have been working for decades in this industry, much like the characters have. Jamie, what are you loving about this stage of your career right now?
I am having the best time because I have let go of all of the constraints that I have probably felt were self-imposed, business imposed, culturally imposed, and I have, to use the Bear reference, let it rip. To me now, every artistic adventure is to let it rip, is to disappear into the part, to create this group feeling. I'm big about community and crew and being together. Even though we're the ones in front of the camera, none of it happens without a whole group of people, including even this. And so I love that part of the job since I was 18. I love that. But what I'm loving for me personally is that I have just thrown off the guardrails. I don't care. I don't care really what you think. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm having some fun and kind of exploring something, I'm all in.
It's so
I'm getting the wrap,
inspirational.
and my mind is blown from both of you. You both give 0 Fs, and I love that about both of you. Jamie, I love that you're producing Scarpetta. Cannot wait. Pam, I'm excited to get your hands on your cookbook. I think it looks so beautiful. So thank you both for
Thank
today
you.
and this
Thank
really
you.
wonderful movie.
Thank you so
you.
much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Very,
you.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Hey, Paul McGuire Grimes, ABC, Minneapolis, Kiernan and Brenda. It is really great talking to both of you. My husband and I watched this the other night, and as soon as the credits rolled, we both said incredible. It's such a stunning movie. It's so good.
Thank
So
you.
thank you
So
for the
sweet.
time
Thank you
today.
so much. So sweet.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious to get both of your thoughts on this. I think that there are probably stereotypes, images that are maybe associated with Vegas showgirls. What surprised you most about them and that line of work?
Oh, I mean, I would say it wasn't necessarily surprising, but it was so amazing to see just the care and the dedication and the real pride in being a showgirl. I mean, we were lucky that a lot, besides us 5'3" actors
Pretending to be
showgirls, everyone else who was running around backstage was actually in the Dita show or a dancer in Vegas. Some people were actually in Jubilee, so it felt like it's a really artful, beautiful thing, and there's just such a community and such a sort of sort of love pulsating through the whole thing. So it was just really
was
nice. I felt like
amazing.
one of the girls, and then I stood up, and then I didn't.
Or
feel
like,
one of
no.
the girls.
But do you know what was amazing, though? What I didn't realize going into it, because I had this idea of showgirls, is that they're very specific that a showgirl is not a burlesque dancer. It is not a stripper. They're not a chorus dancer. They are showgirls. They're very specific ways that they move, that they walk, the way they carry themselves. They're very specific about it. And they have a lot of pride, as they should. And that was what was really beautiful, was really understanding the differences between the different kinds of dancing. And again, like Kiernan said, all the dancers that you see in the movie are actual dancers who either in Dita's show or that were in Jubilee, and they were so generous with their time to sort of explain to us like the etiquette and things like that. And I think that's, the community is really beautiful out there because it's a hard life to be a dancer, and especially in Vegas. And I think that's what surprised me the most, was the beautiful community that they have.
I love that so much. Like, I didn't know all of that. That's really great to hear. I love watching Pamela and Jamie's characters that have been working in Vegas for decades, much like Pamela and Jamie have. What do you take away from working next to both of them, whether it's stories they had or just career advice and longevity?
God, that I just want to be like them when I grow up.
Quite literally. I mean, the first day that we both had on set was in the kitchen, those kitchen scenes, and it felt like a real, I don't know, I love to watch and learn that way. I mean, I'm a real big sort of, let me just observe you, not in a creepy way, but just
I'm so creepy about it.
I'm a little creepy about Jamie Lee and Pamela because they're so just awe-inspiring that I just kind of wanted to see exactly how they approached everything. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was really just a lot of watching and learning that way. And obviously, we all had beautiful, amazing conversations, but so much of that work was really just happening in real time in front of our eyes, just seeing everyone be so vulnerable and dedicated and free and unafraid the whole time. And I think that was really an addictive energy on set, because then everyone kind of wanted to start being more vulnerable and taking more risks, and like it was just a beautiful sort of top-down energy. That was really the bar was set really high on those first couple days by Pam and by Jamie,
who's such a
who
force of
really
energy.
just absolutely like took hold of those scenes and made sure everything was running smoothly and everyone felt safe, and it was a really nice, amazing thing. I felt like I learned so much from them. Yeah,
and the thing about like Pamela and Jamie is that they've lived so much life on and off camera, and they're so generous about anything. You could ask them anything and they would sit down and have a real conversation with you. And to start off those scenes with them, it was such a beautiful way to start this movie, because they also are both mothers and they're so caring and kind, and just being able to watch them work and see their sort of process was incredible. Like, Jamie to me is such an incredible human actor, everything, and to see her come off of just winning an Oscar. This was her first project after Everything Everywhere All at Once, and to see her come in for 4 days and literally just set the tone for this movie was such a gift. And for Pamela to come in every day, so incredibly prepared, so generous, so vulnerable, just set the bar for, at least for me, to not just show up every day, but allow myself to be uncomfortable, allow myself to go wherever they'll take me. And the thing is, like, not just Pam and Jamie, but like Kiernan's been working since she was 6 years old. Like, I love this woman so much. Well, and that's what, and there was so much experience on this set, and to be able to like watch everyone's process and see how everyone was able to work together was such a beautiful thing to experience. It was unlike anything I've ever done before, and I was like, if I could just live in one project over and over, it would. I kid you not, it would probably be this one. We had the best time.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. I mean, I feel like actually, now that I'm thinking about it, everybody coming into the project has such a storied background in different ways. I mean, Billy and Dave.
Everybody.
Gia, I mean, everyone is so, has had such a beautiful journey, and it felt like we were all arriving from different streets, but we got to the same location.
Yeah.
And just it was magic.
Yeah.
It was real magic.
I'm getting the wrap, unfortunately, because I wanted to carry on this conversation. This was beautiful. Your cast is incredible. And it's perfectly cast. Thank you both for the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Paul, McElwire, Grimes, A, B, C, Minneapolis, Gia, it is an honor getting to talk to you today. As soon as the credits rolled the other night, my husband and I both just said incredible afterwards. So congratulations. It's such a fantastic film. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so, so good. You have such a good ensemble too. When did you realize that Pamela was the one that had to play Shelley?
I had seen, well, I couldn't think of an actor to play that role. I would sort of visualize like Marilyn Monroe, but no one felt right. And then I saw her documentary, and all of a sudden it came to light that, oh my God, there's my Shelley. And I saw a lot of similarities of the two women, but I also saw enough dissimilarities that it was going to be intriguing and enticing for her as an actress to sort of showcase her talent, and I was right.
Oh my God, she's so good. And I love that she gets this opportunity to show that. And I hope we get more of that from her in other future projects. I have a theater background, and throughout watching this movie, I kept thinking this would make for a great play based on the intimacy and the character study. And then I read that it actually was written as a play by your cousin's wife. How did you and Kay Gerson reshape it as a film?
I read it as a play, and then when I approached her about would she be interested in making it into a movie, I was already really craving to sort of make a movie in an intimate fashion, like Cassavetes and that kind of approach. And she was like, well, I actually have it, because she wrote the play 10 years ago, but I think at one point she did try to adapt it into a screenplay. So she had a version of it already, but I just asked her, because I love the play so much, I just asked her to steer it a little bit more back towards the original play, because it allows us to sort of not have a lot of locations and not have too many characters and keep this, and I like that kind of back of the house world of just not having to kind of venture out further than that. And so that was really all we did, and then of course make space for Las Vegas to be a character within itself.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think I think making it so, bringing that humanity when it's just these characters behind the scenes and it's not about the glitz and the glamour and the sequins and the feathers, it's really touching. I think that there are probably stereotypes and images associated with Vegas showgirls. What surprised you most about them in that line of work?
It was such an interesting world to get to learn more about, and I really wanted to represent it authentically. So we met with real Jubilee dancers. Dita Von Teese is still doing a show where she's a burlesque, but she was doing an homage to Showgirls where she uses all of the original costumes. And so they were very generous in lending us those pieces, which haven't left the building in 30 years. And it was just, they're museum pieces. It was just so wonderful to get to see the level of construction that went into that. I mean, learning that, they used to spend like millions of dollars on feathers alone and glitter and rhinestones, and the sets are so big that they can't even get them out of the casino. They have to be demolished. And just that production value that can no longer be was so heartbreaking to me. That level of artistry that we just don't put value towards anymore because our culture just wants to be kind of more consumerist based, and whatever's more salacious is what. So I was really struck with how that kind of is such an overall metaphor of what I think everyone is sort of facing, of the analog versus the digital, jobs being replaced by machines and so forth. And how do we kind of embolden past art as we sort of shape our future?
Yeah. Oh, I love hearing that. And just the unfortunate nature of the industry like that. I'm getting the rap. Gia, I have a whole Coppola section in my movie library here. So I'm excited to add The Last Showgirl once it comes out on Blu-ray. And we're members of the Coppola Winery. So it's very representative.
Oh, great.
So thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.